Hi, how you doing? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam. I'm a lawyer. I am licensed to practice law in the state of Illinois and the Northern District of Illinois Federal Court. I've been practicing law for about 7 years, and throughout my career, I've had friends, family, people I just meet on the street. They start asking me questions about their legal issues. They're asking me questions about contracts, about starting a business, about accidents, injuries, current events, etc. So I decided I was going to launch a video blog through my buddy the lawyer. I was going to call this video blog Ask Adam Anything. I'm going to give people an opportunity to truly ask me anything about the law, and I'll answer it in the best way I can in a no-nonsense, clear way. As you can see, today we are not in my office. I just wanted to kind of keep this nice and casual. I think I see a lot of lawyer blogs and question and answer videos like this where they're very formal and very stiff, and I wanted to keep this nice and casual and nice and friendly. Go ahead and submit any questions that you have about the law at all, and I'll answer them the best way I can. You can send them to us through my buddy the lawyer. You can tweet them to @mybuddyLawyer. You can post them to our Facebook page. You can email them to us at mybuddythelawyer@gmail.com. I've put the contact addresses at the bottom of the screen. Just a few guidelines so when we start, so how to use this to make sure that we're doing this in a nice, easy to use way. Please note that our Facebook page and our Twitter account are public. Anything that's posted on there is going to be able to be seen by anybody else who goes to those websites. So please be careful if you're posting anything sensitive. If you are, I would suggest either using private messaging to send us those questions or sending it to our email. When I do answer questions, I will make sure not to use your name. Each state and each jurisdiction has its own rules, so some of the information that I'm giving may be different from what the rules are in your state or your jurisdiction. So I'll do what I can to give you the best and most accurate answer possible, but it's always a good idea to maybe check with a lawyer who's licensed to practice law in your state or jurisdiction. My answers are only intended as general information. They're not intended as legal advice, so before you make any decisions or do anything to rely upon the information that I'm giving you, again, good idea, check with a lawyer licensed in your area, like the attorneys at Smestad Law. It's a good reputable law firm. I've put a website for it below. Again, because this is only intended as a general informational blog, this blog does not create an attorney-client relationship, meaning that just because you post a question or I answer your question, that doesn't mean that I'm your attorney or that I'm representing you. Because there is no attorney-client relationship created between my buddy the lawyer, Ask Adam Anything, myself, or any of the users or followers, nothing said here is covered by an attorney-client privilege, meaning that anything you post or send to us and our responses may be used as evidence in any lawsuit or criminal matter or any other legal proceeding. Finally, this blog does include attorney advertising. So just beware, and again, if you're looking to hire an attorney or get a lawyer to represent you, contact a lawyer licensed in your area. Please send me any of your legal questions. Are you buying a house and you have concerns about how the closing is going to go? Send me the question. You want to start a business and you're trying to figure out what sort of paperwork you need to file to start? Let me know. You got in a car accident, you're not sure what to do next? Go ahead and ask me. Do you have questions about a recurring dream that you've been having and what it means? I have no idea. I'm not a therapist. So to start off, I figured I'd go ahead and respond to a question that I've been getting quite a bit lately. I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say there's a guy, we'll just call him Steve. Now, Steve filed a lawsuit seeking damages and seeking financial compensation for some sort of injury. He's an older guy, and he's worried because lawsuits take several years to resolve, and he's worried about what would happen to his money that comes from that lawsuit if he were to pass away before the lawsuit would resolve. He wants to make sure that that money would go to his nephew. So he wants to know what's the best way to make sure that it happens. The easiest way to answer that question is with another question. Do you have a written will? Generally, the best way and the only way to make sure that your assets, your money, even money that's supposed to be coming to you from a lawsuit, is given to a certain person, in this case Steve's nephew, after he passes away, is with a written will. If you pass away without a written will, you die what's called intestate. And intestate is a legal term which means somebody who dies without a written will. In most jurisdictions, courts are going to oversee how someone's assets are divvied up after they pass away. If there's a written will, the court's going to do everything they can to make sure that whatever instructions you put in that written will are followed. However, if there's not a written will, then the courts will look to their probate laws. Now, the probate laws set up a line of succession of who gets what assets or who comes next in the line of succession after somebody passes away. That might not necessarily be the same line of succession that you want, and it might not follow your goals or what you want to happen with your assets after you die. Get a written will. Now, keep in mind, each state has different laws as to what makes a will valid and enforceable. So it's always valuable, again, to contact an attorney who's competent in the field of wills and trusts to give you some advice on your specific situation. Thank you for listening, and please keep sending your questions and comments to us over on Facebook and Twitter, or via email, again, at Twitter at mybuddyLawyer, to our email at mybuddythelawyer@gmail.com, or visit our Facebook page.